Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Channel Your Light, Own Your Intuitive. I am snipping in here an excerpt from one of these sessions. The beautiful thing about spiritual expansion is oftentimes our loved ones in spirit show up to deliver us divine messages that help us on our journey. And this is a very specific divine message that came through for a mom from her sister as well as her son in spirit that really helped all of us in the Divine Feminine Channel Your Light community and those who are participating in our 21-day spiritual expansion. So without further ado, I'm being told this right now. So Diane is saying, this reason why this is so difficult is you are not just forgiving for you and forgiving others. You are also forgiving me for not saying anything, for putting you in a position of disempowerment. So too must you forgive me. You are not just forgiving for me. You are forgiving for you. You are forgiving for him. You are forgiving for your mother. You're forgiving for all these interconnections at the same time. Oh my gosh. If you guys have not heard her son Eric in Spirit talk, he is one of the most brilliant minds. He says, this is what you all need to know about all of this. The complexity and the enormity that you feel in these experiences is because you are sensing all of the interconnections. He's showing me this. He's showing me you as the individual soul in this moment and seeing all the interconnections, all the things that have brought us wounds, all the things from old places, all the places that we don't want to look at. Your power lies right here and right now, because all of those things you're bringing into one minute understanding. What if all of them was to show you that you are love? What if all of them was to teach you just one thing, forgiveness? It feels like this big thing, he says, and he's showing me it on like a map, all these things dinging. He's like, but ladies, he's a ladies man, my friends. Ladies, I want you to take all of these and recognize it has one soul teaching in this moment right here. Mom, it is forgiveness. It is not this big. It feels this big because there's multiple ways you've been learning it, but it is simply this. And he says, you have a choice. You can choose to simply say, I forgive myself and I release. You cannot forgive another if you have not forgiven yourself. He says, it will feel this big, but in essence, it is only this word right here. It is only this thing right here. It is taking, he's showing me this. It is taking this beautiful little sphere of amethyst right here and understanding it is 10,000 fractals of different things. But when we bring it to this word right here, it becomes manageable. It becomes understandable, and it becomes doable. The only reason we are going here, they're saying, is because you're transcending it. It will no longer be part of you. So it's almost like they make me feel like you can't go somewhere, that you're not ready for. You won't be told you're transcending something that you're not. This is what you came for, is the words that I am hearing. We all look to the attunement of bliss and love and light and feeling those things. We are doing those things, and we get to those things through pulling this out. It cannot be seen if it is not in your energy, right? It cannot be seen if it is not there. So think about the past lives, right? Think about our families. Think about all the branches. Eric says it's the same thing, Mom. Here's all these experiences of needing to learn just forgiveness. This one thing. He says, look at all the branches of your ancestors and your families. If you are here in this moment, healing all these roots of your ancestors and experiences, and you're doing it through the beautiful branches of the light above you, connected to the divine. This is how we do it, right? We bring down that divine energy, which rolls through the roots, which takes all of those experiences and brings it into this one small thing. He says, I have my best suit on for this process. I put on my best clothes for all of you ladies. So he's showing me a tuxedo, like I am in my best in spirit. I come in my best behavior. I did things in this life that hurt my mom deeply. And what was the purpose of those lessons? He says it too was about forgiveness, forgiving herself, forgiving others, because you can't forgive others if you don't forgive yourself. It feels this big, but when you look at it from spirit, when you approach it from spirit, when you allow spirit to ripple the truth through you, it becomes so much easier and manageable. You are all the divine incarnate. This is all your super skill, your superpower. Notice it is supernatural. Notice the word natural is in there. It is natural for you to be divine, natural for you to be connected, natural for you to feel deeply, because you are all based in the heart. Many of the divine feminines came onto the earth plane, says Eric, for the specific purpose of healing the divine feminine. This is forgiving all those that hurt you. This is moving through the heart center. This is calling in the beautiful divine light of the goddess energy. This is moving through all the beautiful things that have been tamped down and stamped down on this earth plane. It feels like this much. Eric says, if you just look at the map from your point right here, right now, in one word of what that experience it is, I got this. That's what you will feel like, because that's your divine wisdom and understanding is I am divine power. I literally came here just to transcend it. And some of you have done this over and over and over again. Haven't you guys noticed on your journeys? You've been able to over and over and over again pick yourselves back up. Love despite hate. Show up when the person you're showing up for did not show up that way. We think we're going down like this and being put down like this. And Eric's like, ladies, do you really think that you could continually pick yourself up, continue to rise, continue to up level, continue to show up, continue to find love if you didn't come here to transcend it? If you weren't the divine incarnate, if you didn't have God walking with you, like stop and think about this. We've not been going this way. We've been transmuting it a whole way because we're going this way. I'm not giving you a badge for all your suffering. I'm not giving you a badge for having to be resilient over and over again. I'm actually telling you, Ava says, yes, mom. This is not a badge of suffering or resilience. This is an understanding that you literally came here to transcend it because you're that powerful. You are the divine incarnate. You can do this. It feels this big because there's been so much of it. But it's because you're doing this one thing. It's because you're light. It's because you are the divine. It's because you are powerful. Let nothing stand in your way. Let nothing bring you down. And every time something does, come to the recognition of the word that it is. That's this. Yes, I am resilient because I am the divine, because I'm already doing this. It is not because I am less than. It's because I am the divine feminine transmuting this energy. And we are all doing this in different facets and yet together. And that's what makes us powerful. He says, you notice the emotions and the teachings switch the energies, how they can flow. He says, I also want you all ladies to notice one last thing. He says, I have one last piece of wisdom for you. He says, I also want you to know, never be afraid of those things down there because you will always come back up. What goes up must come down and vice versa. It is the infinite. That is your divine power. You will never go somewhere that you cannot come back from, that you will not be able to align your frequency of. So do not be afraid when you're asked to dive deep, okay? Do not be afraid of those things because there is a diamond in there waiting for you. Always. He says, and we just showed you that. That's what he's saying. You will always be able to come back up. Do not be afraid. And that's what your son has to say to all of us. I hope that you enjoyed this little snippet of spirit wisdom and guidance for you on your journey. If you wish to join our group of beautiful divine feminines in the Channel Your Light Soul community, you can find a link to join that in the video description box below. And in addition, if you wish to connect with me or sign up for the next 21-day spiritual expansion, Please feel free to check out my website, www.erinchandler.com. As always, I am sending you much love, light, peace, healing, and transcendence.